once you have all your information into Google Sheets, you have several options of how to actually modify Google Sheets to make it function and look better. And that's why I'm going to show you some of the options you have. So for example, let's say in this column, I have lessons for school, but I want to change the rotation. You can click on a cell, go to Format, go to Text Rotation, and let's say I want it to rotate up, and it's going to rotate up. Other things that you can do, you can merge cells. So let's say you want to merge these cells, you highlight the cells you want merged, go to Format, Merge Cells, Merge All. And you can do the same thing here. Let's say I want these two columns, I want them merged, those two cells. So I go to Format, Merge Cells, Merge All. Next, let's say you have a website link that you want to include. Well, what you can do is you can click on the cell where you want it, and you can insert, copy and paste the link in, but some of those links get really long. Instead, what I like to do is I like to click on the cell, go to Insert, and Insert Link. Then I can put in that website link, and then what I can do is type in my text, so lessons for school, to make it a little shorter, or maybe you're typing in a sentence and you want it to be those exact words, or click here. And what's nice is when they come here, they click here, they can click here and go to that website. A little shorter, looks a little bit nicer. Other things that you can do, let's say you have a list. Here's my list, item 1, 2, and 3. Well, I could have people put X's in to mark off that they did it, or you can highlight the cells that you want checkboxes in. So I'm going to highlight these 3. I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to click Checkboxes. And now I have a functioning checkbox that they can click on. Now, let's say you're working in a Google Sheet and you want to maybe give a hint or additional information. So let's say right here for this question, maybe there's a question here in this cell. I want there to be some kind of hint or information. I can click on it, go to Insert, and add note. So I'm going to click Note, and you can add whatever you would like here. So I'm going to add a hint. And what ends up happening when someone scrolls over this is it pops up. Additionally, let's say you have a long sentence in a cell. You can start merging cells, but what if you don't want it to be all the way across? You have some additional options. First, you have these options up here, but let's say you have your screen shrunk and these options aren't there. You can go to Format, Text Wrapping, and you have the overflow. So this is where it overflows into other cells. The clip, meaning it cuts it off, or what I prefer is text wrapping, and I like to use the wrap. So it wraps it down when you get done. And of course, you can extend the cell, and it'll keep wrapping it. Next, let's say you have a number that needs to be inserted. Well, I can go to Format and Number. Let's say it's just a plain number, or a percent, or scientific, or accounting, or currency. What's nice here, I'm going to click on currency to show you this example. Let's say somebody types in 1,000. It will automatically change it to the currency. Now, let's say that you have something up top, instructions, question, answer, that you don't want to disappear when people scroll down. What you can do is highlight the rows that you want to stay put. You can go to View, Freeze. In this case, I have 2 rows. So what I'm going to do under View, Freeze is click 2 rows. What's nice about this is when somebody scrolls down, they stay there. They don't go anywhere. Some additional things that you can do really to help with the formatting is the text and the cell colors. So let's say here, I click here and I want this to be bolded. You can bold it, you can italicize it. Maybe you have people cross off names, they can actually cross things out, change the font color, change the cell color to what works best for you. The other option you have to really make something look nice is you can use borders. So let's say I want to add a border. If you ever have a border that is going to touch the cells up here, so the B, C, D, I always like to insert a new cell. So I'm going to insert one above. And then I want this type of border here. So I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to go to here to these 4 boxes. I'm going to add my border. So I'm going to click around. I want it to go around. In this case right now, it is dotted in orange. You can change this. So let's say you want it black and I want it to be thick. You can do that. I don't want any borders. I want it to be white. So maybe you want it to actually look like one uniform box. So I'm going to click here and make them all white. So it is all together. Next, what you can do is you can actually protect certain things in your sheet so people can't edit them. So for example, I don't want anybody to change this part. So I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to Data. And I'm going to scroll down to protected sheets and ranges. And I'm going to enter a description. So instructions, questions, and answers. So I'm going to give it a description. Then you can have your range, in this case is highlighted. I'm going to set permissions. And I'm going to restrict who can edit this range. Only me. You can also customize it to specific people as well if you're creating the sheet with somebody else. But let's say you don't want those ranges changed. I'm going to hit done. This means people can edit any other part, but they cannot change this specific area.